All right, game number 11, folks. Let's go. All right, so Tony is going to be starting this round, and we look at the wonders. I would say first one taking it, probably going to be Great Library, then Colossus. Although military is more important, so maybe Colossus gets taken first. But Great Library has a potential of giving economy. It could have a potential of giving theology. Even though you're out of wonder when you do that, it is an option. My heart is saying Colossus gets taken first, though. And then that would leave Tony97 with Pyramids. And then the first moves of the actual game are going to be Clay Reserve is going to be the first one taken. That's my guess. All right, so let's start in with this game. And, oh, yeah, we didn't even comment on the progress tokens, but strategy's out there. That's an important one. Okay, I was wrong. It's a Frankenstain move to take the Colossus, but a Tony move to take the Great Library. So both players got what they wanted. And Frankenstain going to place a cube on the middle and got very, very lucky with that Nosos placement. And now they're sitting pretty with their very first turn is actually probably going to be a politician on the left, and they're going to either take away what control Tony's or control one and block Tony. No, they're going to fully control Tony's because they realize that yellow cards are much more important in Age 1. Tony doesn't care. Tony takes the yellow card and gets some goodness out of that, but also giving Frankenstain some coins. Frankenstein sitting at 8 coins, doing very well. Frankenstein then taking their first blue card. Tony can't let that happen. Has to spend the 2 coins for the baths. That's just sad, but you have to do it. Now, Tony's at 2 coins left. What can they do with 2 coins? Not build a reserve. So if the stone reserve's out there, they're not going to be able to get that. They don't care. They got they paid off to pay the 2 coins, and now they got a free blue. So they're 2 versus 1. They're winning in the blues, but Frankenstein is winning in the pseudo blues. They're actually tied up. Both of them have the effect of getting 2 cubes because of how that decree token is playing out for Frankenstein. They're evened out. All right, like to see that. Okay, Frankenstein loves their papyrus, loves their great cards. So Frankenstein going to take papyrus. Tony going to choose a Greek divinity and put it close to themselves. They keep doing that. I feel like Tony should maybe put some Greek divinities lower, like closer to Frankenstein, but I could be wrong with this. I mean, I'm not a pro by any means, but just want to. That's how I would play. All right, so Tony is going to recruit a senator. The conspiracy. They're not going to get a conspiracy from it. They just want to place a cube. So this is an all-out brawl for the Senate. Both players think they have an edge to it. Is Frankenstein going to do that? I feel like Frankenstein takes plots. About as much as Silent, or about as much as Tony, maybe a little more. Ooh, espionage. That's going to be very, very, very good for Frankenstein. Extremely good. Look at the wonders of Frankenstein. Those wonders are perfect wonders to get theology from. I'm sure Frankenstein is thinking, okay, with that, I got the game in the bag. It was a perfect draw. That was better than a raw, better than an extortion. And then now, Tony gaining control of Senate Chamber 5. Tony really having a lot of control of the bottom half of the Senate Chambers. They denied Frankenstein of their +2. If they can get one more in there, that would make them have 3 cubes every single time, being a huge force to be reckoned with in the Senate. Frankenstein only down to 2 coins. See Tony at 7 coins with that discard of the wood reserve. I guess they thought, I already have wood, I'm good. Tony likes to do that. I've seen some players like to be okay with losing in military. Tony's okay with losing in economy. They're okay not having the brown cards and gray cards, whereas Frankenstein more likes those gray cards. And I feel like my own strategy would maybe mirror Tony's in not caring as much about the resources, I feel. But at the same time, I don't care about the resources, and I go for a science or a political type of strategy a lot of times. Anyways, looking at Frankenstein, building the brickyard for 2 coins, so not really going to be hurting for any resource in this game. Ooh, anytime a Neptune gets pulled off, that's really important in this expansion. So that's how you play with Neptune. You knock off the first 2, boom, then boom, and then you get to destroy one of your opponents and move one of yours, and that can offer a ton of options. Frankenstein getting that -2 offering token. They need all the help they can get. They are only at 3 coins. These gods are really important, but both players playing with very low amount of coins in this game in particular. Bam! Espionage gets pulled off, and now Frankenstein gets the extra turn that Tony was not expecting. And that allows for Statue of Zeus to get played, making Tony's economy even more terrible. And then we are looking at Tony going to discard the temple for 3 coins. And Frankenstein activating the divinity Aphrodite for 3 coins, getting 9 whole points. That's a huge jump in points. We're 9 to 19 points here. And then now we're sitting at... is Gate ever going to be afforded? I think Tony is at 4 coins. And then Frankenstein at 1 coin. It's just... I think nobody will ever even reach 8 coins, so... Gate's never going to be grabbed, I guess. But the wonders for Frankenstein are extremely cheap, so maybe they just don't need coins. Tony really suffering as far as coins go, and it doesn't help that Frankenstein just got 10 coins, and maybe now will activate the gate. Yeah, they're probably going to activate the gate, and... No, they're going to use an extra turn with Knossos, and be able to really push politically. Yeah, getting all those extra turns. I feel like as soon as Frankenstein pulled off that theology move, Tony was just like, oh no, like this game's over. But Tony's still pushing in politically, and is very, very, very close to winning. Ooh, 1 more is all Tony needs to win politically. That was key. Frankenstein is hanging on by a thread as far as what they need politically. And it doesn't matter how far Frankenstein pushes in military, they're not going to be able to get any more Senate advantage. Now, yeah, both players just completely ignoring science in this game. Tony securing another blue, so... maybe they're thinking if the game does come down to points, it'll be important for that. Frankenstein able to place out another chance to block Tony from getting any economic advantage as far as brown cards, and any chance of winning politically. They're taking away... So 4 chambers are taken by Tony now instead of 5. Ra gets taken, and Ra, yeah, Frankenstein gonna deny all extra turns from Tony. Tony has a chance in the next stage to potentially win politically. It is very close. I don't know what'll end up happening, but Frankenstein really, really fast, trying to build all of their wonders extremely fast to stop pyramids and the Great Library to be built, but also more importantly to get some sort of military advantage. They have 2 more extra turns. They're building Sphinx to get an extra turn right there, and maybe they get the military they need, and then they can win it. They have 8 coins left, the exact enough for Praetorium. No, they didn't get what they needed. Okay, so will it come down to politics? Probably not, because there's still 1 extra turn left for Frankenstein, but Frankenstein's going to lose that extra turn as soon as Pyramids gets built. Ooh. Conspiracy. That's a very... or corruption. That's a very good one at the end of the game now. And we're going to see built from the discard. getting Great Library taken. So getting that extra turn is all they needed to offset it. So now, if either of these two are a military, it is game over, and Frankenstein will win this one. Tony's got a lot of coins, but nope, not enough. Not what he needed. He needed not to be a military there. Frankenstein wins again in military for the third time. 11th game, a military win. Let's go into game number 12.